Hi, everybody. We're playing Call of Cthulhu, Gaslight, and the scenario is Lark in a Cage, and it was written by Noah Lloyd, and it has been heavily modified by me. And Joseph Kelly is going to do the recap in character.
Okay. We uh, we did several things. We convinced the the mother of the to that we need to look at the basement for mold, and indicated that we thought there was some there. So she's going to stay with her parents in a fancy suburb out of town. Uh, we also found a hidden door that we managed to uh, basically I took off the hinges and squeezed myself through because I'm small. Found some interesting things. We found some vials and jars. Looks like some sort of experiment was going on. Make some notes, and then a tunnel leading somewhere, which we decided not to go down. The doctor, I collected the samples for the doctor. He's going to do analysis of the materials that were in there to see if we can figure out what that stuff is. And Archie is going to be researching the cult of Mordigian because we found out some information on that. He wants to also get some figure out some protections. They have something, and there's something to do with golems. We've got silver. We equipped ourselves with silver weapons just in case. And right now, we need to spend the rest of it. We're going to spend at least the first part of this now that we got back met back up together again and do research on a number of things. There's a morgue project connected to St. Matthias's Church, um, uh, Greenwich Gas Works project, Blackwell Tunnel project, and all of these seem to have had they found dismembered bodies with missing parts, bloated corpse. They're not they were done surgically. They were not gnawed on or anything like that. Our current theory is that they're probably going to be trying to make ghouls, but why they would need that many of them, we don't know. Not ghouls, golems. Why they would need that many of them, we don't know. It's like they're trying to construct a golem army. So we have to do some research on that. Now, as far as the father and the baby goes, I'd be willing to let them, just live and let live on this. He's going to have to do something to take care of the baby. He's in denial about the baby being able to pass totally as human. Um, but the main thing we need to do is because he's an engineer, he has some connection with these various projects. And while uh, I don't think he has anything to do with the missing body parts and stuff like that. He might be able to give us leads, give us more information because he can do from the ghoul side of it and from the project side of it. Well, the question is, how do we
Excuse
approach
me.
him?
He did have a jar full of fingers.
Well, yeah, yeah, but that's like I said, yeah, he's doing some sort of research on something or other. We need to find out what's in that, what that stuff is that the doctor's going to analyze. So that might tell us what he's trying to do, or maybe not. We've got a lot of questions and not a lot of answers right now. So do you want to split up into our research at the libraries and planning offices, etc., while the doctor does his analysis of these substances? And I guess Archie can do, he's got some books in his shop there that he can go over on that. Just get our research done, the information, and find out how we want to proceed from there. That's that's what I would suggest.
Mhm.
Right. As a matter of fact, I am at the lab. And the last time, I believe I mean, I haven't shared this with my companions, but I believe there was a lot of vinegar in the jars, if I remember correctly.
Actually, so sorry, there was pickled fingers that you
Mhm.
found, like for snacking on.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of vials of some kind of a tincture,
Hmm. Hmm.
and something else that so the tincture it was actually something like similar to what you might give a colicky anemic baby, like it would have iron, and like vitamins and stuff, but it also had blood in it. It obviously
No.
had blood in it. And then there was a little vial that was hard to identify. You needed to do a little more research. That one.
All right. I will proceed to do just that.
Yeah, take I'll take biology or medicine.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Right away. Biology.
and I think I'm actually going to be, yeah, it'll be a hard.
Hmm. 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 So I rolled a 66 and my stats. Give me just a moment. Biology. Oh no, that's a fail.
Yeah, it's just like it's really hard to tell what this is. It's not like it's not like any kind of medical um thing that you're familiar with.
Mhm. Hmm.
Is it something that would be if like you had better equipment, say like better magnify, a better um, microscope, or I don't think they don't have mass spectrometers in that day. So,
Yeah, it's
uh,
pretty cutting edge.
but maybe a better microscope.
Yeah. Um,
Or if it's not organic, maybe an inorganic chemist could look at it.
it is organic. You can
Okay.
tell that it is organic, but just really hard to tell.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like any kind of medicine or anything like that you've ever seen. Um, but let's see. So, um, what about Archie? Were you going to do more research on Mordigian?
Yes, yes, I am.
And then if you need
Off-Tomorrowland
help,
books.
Yeah, you did I think
I'll be happy to join.
you did find some information about ghouls like being susceptible to silver. Like Mordigian is kind of like the patron god of the ghouls. Um, Found some information about that, but um, if you wanted to either a library use or a cult.
Okay, I think I have
Well,
both.
yeah, mythos, I think.
I'll go with my occult. It's 37%. I haven't
Okay.
actually rolled yet. Okay, I'm going to use a automated roller because I don't have my dice out in front of me. Oh shit. I blew the roll. I rolled an 83.
Yeah, you're just it's kind of obscure. Like you're it's seeing some stuff that kind of lines up with like you know that this is kind of like an underworld cult. You know that like you've seen some of this stuff in France, like in Paris, like in the catacombs. Um Things like that, that they just like worship the dead, the afterlife, and or they but not really finding anything specific about Mordigian. Like it's all kind of general, the
Okie
charnel
dokie.
god.
Just out of game. Where did we get? Were we just assuming about the golems, or did we find something about golems in the last game that I don't have down specifically here?
Actually,
I
this is the
think
first time I heard the word golem used in this game.
no, you came across a like you were looking at occult stuff that's like why would somebody be collecting body parts? Like what would somebody be doing with like if they're like hacking off
Hmm.
limbs and all these bodies are showing up without limbs. And then you came
Hmm.
across a spell called Flesh Golem, where it's like basically you make a Frankenstein. You like sew a bunch of parts together
Hmm.
and animate it. And then it like typically give it a command to do something. And then once it's done with its command, then it can rest, can go back to being dead.
Yeah, I do
So
remember you mentioning that last game.
yeah. So, but it usually generally that's only the one command. So that might be why they're doing more than one of them. But what are the plans? Okay. I wouldn't have minded a little help. Does anybody have access to the and the city planning office? Can anybody get access to like the thing about the sewer system? I'd like a map so we can plot out where these locations are next to the sewer system.
I could go to the Victorian version of the plans office and try to inquire such a map.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because I don't think like a cabbie would have a lot of luck. Now the library stuff I can do the research on the city and the city board I can do that on because they're used to me popping in there, so.
Also, if there is something like a streetwise or something akin to that, probably Dr. Pierce would have a patient or somebody like the mayor or somebody like that knows the mayor that can get us some information or can get us inside such a place.
Mm-hmm. We'll call it
Yeah,
let's
like a hall of records, um let's see. Um oh, you know what? I'm just looking at your sheet. Uh I should have made you do well, I mean chemistry, biology, pharmacology, any one of those. But let's see. Yeah, anybody who, because like a lot of you have decent library use. If you want to go to the Hall of Record, just go to City
Mhm.
Hall and then try and find some information on the sewers, like how the layout is. You can do that. And if you want to help each other,
Yeah,
give you like a bonus dice or something.
yeah,
I have no
maybe
problem helping others.
yeah, I was gonna say because like I said, I mean I've got a pretty good library use because he took advantage of
So do I.
the libraries when he was a boy. for as a companion of his for the child that he was a companion of. Uh, but I just don't know about him walking in. I don't know about Joseph walking into the planning office if they might look kind of down at the cabbie. You know what I mean? So maybe me and somebody else go there,
I
and then we
work in
can
a
all, yeah,
I work in a bookstore, a place that sells books. So me being in a place with a lot of records probably would not even raise an eyebrow.
right. So we could go on that, and then we could all retire to the library or to the city morgue, split up between the two things, and start researching the various locations that these bodies have been around. Uh,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, nobody is sorry. I had one of my pre-gens was a detective. Um, but yeah, s- Jude, you're a journalist, right? No, sorry, never mind.
No, I'm an antiquarian.
Right. Um, yeah, I mean, somebody could definitely like if you wanted to walk in and say, "Hello, I am Dr. Marcel Pierce, and I would like to look at these records of where these bodies have shown up um, to go into the morgue or something like that." Or like, so okay, so if you want to split up, um, if or I don't know if you do, but you could go to the morgue, you could go to um, City Hall, you know, uh, but yeah, I'm not going to tell you. Not going to tell you what to do.
okay, why don't me and Archie, you and me go over to the city hall. We can also, besides getting the layout of the sewer, we can also see what because they've got to have records for the various projects, like um, the Greenwich Gasworks projects, the Blackwell Tunnel projects, just whatever information, or even the St. Matthias Church, although that might be a good one for more follow up on the morgue project connected to the St. Matthias Church. That might be a good one for the doctor. So just get the basics, and then we start digging from there. Uh, Go back on the history of some of the places in the library, those locations, rather than go to uh, the the paper, the newspaper, go to the newspaper morgue, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's just public as far as like
Yeah.
you know, the sewers, like how the sewers are
Mhm.
laid out and stuff like that. Like you could
Yeah.
easily access that. As far as going into the morgue, you could probably easily flash your doctor credentials.
Yeah. I was about to say that. But before I go to the morgue, can I push the roll? And if I fail, I destroy the samples before
Sure,
I do it.
sure, yeah. Um,
Um, yeah, so if I remember correctly, you may not spend any luck on a pushed roll. So what
no.
it is, it is.
But yeah, I'll take biology, chemistry, pharmacology, medicine. You have all of those, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, no, that's a 63. It's better than a 66, but it's not. I
Yeah,
got all of this, but these are all in very, very good medium sized. Yeah, I destroyed the sample. I probably contaminated.
yeah, you're looking at this sample and you are pretty sure that it is biological, whatever it is. Um, but it starts to coagulate like as it's exposed to the air and
Yeah,
sort of like, does turns into like a coagulated bloody mess.
Well, that tells you something. Yeah.
yeah. In fact, it does. Yeah, it's probably more blood concentrate than water or any other substances. Yeah, okay. Definitely not going to throw it in the junk. Label it, put it in a locked drawer or something. Probably talk to my assistant or to a nurse, like make sure nobody enters my office while I'm going to the morgue.
What would the normal rate of coagulation, assuming there's no anemia or anything like that, what would be the normal speed of coagulation? Does this match up with normal, or is this fast accelerated, or?
It'd be like if you opened up a sample of something, and then like once it was exposed to the air, it sort of like just almost immediately started
Okay, so
to
much
deteriorate.
faster than
Yeah.
normal blood
And
coagulating.
it
Okay.
smelled kind of foul, you know.
Mm.
Um,
You should have tried it. You should have tried it in a dark room.
um, so,
Well, anyway,
but are we splitting up? Do you want to go to the library or the morgue? Or sorry, not the library, City Hall.
go to City Hall
Yeah,
first and get
I think
the,
City Hall.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll go
Yay,
with them.
splitting up the party, always a great idea.
Always a great idea.
Wait, well, but
Um,
yeah, but we're going to public places, so in the daytime, so I think we're all
yeah, in
right.
the daytime.
Three
Uh,
words, famous last words.
Yeah, I know.
so take the
Well, we can go
cab,
two. We can go
right?
2 and 2.
Yeah. Um, nothing ever goes wrong when you split the party. Um, so take the cab down to City Hall, um, and doing some research on the sewer system. Um, it sounds like library use,
Okay.
or yeah, I think it's library use.
Well, you know, I can usually find kind of hard information a little bit over 50% of the time. What about you, Archie?
Um, my library use isn't really all that high, around 29.
I rolled a
Oh,
99.
okay. Well, okay. Well, Archie,
Oh,
you assist me. You assist me in our role.
Okie dokie. How do I do that?
so basically you just say like I'm helping,
Doesn't
and
doesn't
then
matter. Doesn't matter. I've got a hard.
yeah,
No shell.
yeah, okay. So yeah, you just you I kind of know where to look. Like there's
Mm,
the records are public, like the sewer system is it's all public. It does look like where this new tunnel project is sort of cutting through, there's multiple, like it's such a huge public works project that it looks like it's cutting through big chunks of the city, and then there's obvious places where it looks like they would have sort of disturbed the sewers,
mm,
but as far as the way that the where the bodies are showing up, they are all, like every single one of them is like where they, or at least the ones that you know of, have all shown up next to the sewer system that you're seeing.
okay.
Like they were flushed, out of the, but not like somebody flushed a body, like they flushed it out of the sewers, which doesn't line up with ghouls. That's not what they do.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Let's plot these various locations on the map, and then we'll get times for when these uh the happenings, when they found the bodies. See if there's any sort of see if there's any sort of pattern along, like say they started here, and say they started coming over here and they worked their way across the thing as the tunnel's been going along, or something like that.
Hmm.
With the heart, I could at least get maybe the notes on when well, that's the sewer system. We need to notes on about how far they've gone, but they might, like when they finish what section of the tunnel and stuff like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm trying to map everything and see if get times and locations and see if there's a pattern.
Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah, if let's see. So
So I'm
a lot
guessing
of the
we're a couple
bodies, what?
100 years too early to use Google.
Yes.
Making a bad joke there.
Um, if you're sort of plotting like with a well with a heart, like they most of the bodies are showing up along the sort of the edges of the Thames, or the Thames,
Mm,
and the the farthest like south, the like the body that would have shown up like the bodies that would have shown up the farthest away from the Thames would have been at the like next to the Greenwich Gas Works, which is kind of like at the end of the line.
okay.
Um, but
So they are
there
following
were
they're following the tunnel, basically.
yeah there were but that was another one of the construction projects.
Yeah, I know.
Was the Greenwich Gas Works. It was connected to the Sargent the construction firm.
Yeah. That's a
And
yeah. So now is okay, the tunnels, are they also going to be connected to these locations or not?
um the as far as the sewers and like that's there's the gas lines. The gas lines are connected, like the Greenwich Gas Works would have been a
Mm,
massive, another massive public works project that would have dug up like gas lines that would have connected, and supposedly through the sewers. And
mm.
and then the um but as far as like
When you say
uh
tunnels, are they laying tunnels per se like a subway system or what are they doing? You keep talking
yes,
about the tunnel work, project work. All
yes,
right.
uh
Do these locations, are they gonna do they pass over? Or are they very close to these tunnels? Or
so it's a
or
pair.
just the sewer system and the gas system?
It's like a pair of tunnels that go under the Thames. And
Ooh, okay.
they link together the boroughs of Greenwich and Tower hamlets.
Mm.
And it's just this, it's to sort of relieve some of the congestion, some of the like the traffic. Um, and it was ordered by the Prince of Wales at the time, or it was ordered by the Prince.
What's the year again?
1895. But it's just like it's if you I guess if you picture like a just a huge public works project where they're digging these massive tunnels that sort of like I don't know, kind of like a highway in the middle of the city,
Mm.
like under the Thames. And there's a
Oh,
pair of them.
Prince Albert. Okay. Quite significant or not. Okay. All right. As the as each section of the the tunnels are completed, does it follow, do the timeline of the bodies showing up roughly coincide with that or not? Or are we gonna have to, we have to go to like
Yes.
this? They
Yeah.
do.
And that's what the papers are blaming it on. Like a lot of the, the papers are saying, oh, like there's more bodies have shown up. And then they're trying to not call it the Ripper. It's like
Yeah.
they're making a conscious effort to say the Ripper is not back.
Yeah.
These are linked to accidents in the tunnels, these construction projects.
Well, I'm inclined to agree that it's not the actual Ripper because, I mean, he's, unless he's expanded out his area way past Whitechapel,
Right.
well, we don't know that.
And the Ripper would have, it's only targeted women, and also they were gruesome, public murders.
Yeah,
It did
exactly. And
they
they
did
were,
not
yeah,
did not try to hide their crimes. Uh
and we're very real, very ritualistic too. So, yeah.
right.
Okay.
But the same kind of like surgical kind of cuts.
Yeah.
And that would have been many years, before this, like the
Mhm.
all of those murders. So
Just out of curiosity, I forgot the exact. I forgot when the Ripper murders occurred.
Whitechapel. Like, well, I mean, primarily.
Well, no, no, not when, not where. When, excuse me, when they occurred. I've forgotten the date.
Oh, I want to say would have been like at least 7 years before. I want to say like hang on. 1888 would have been, yeah, so about 7 years before would have been the last murder. Starting in,
Mhm.
well, actually, sorry, never mind. No. 1891 would have been the last one, so it would have been 4 years ago,
Mhm.
from 1888 to 1891.
Okay. Can anybody think of anything else we need to look at it? City Hall or the uh, we've got the. I think we've got the stuff already from the newspaper morgues for the articles on the deaths and the timelines and dates and stuff like that. Only other thing I can think of is the library to see what might have been on those locations earlier, or what they thought they were built over, or
Oh.
something like that. Can anybody think of anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. So the only one that we have that we need to get together and decide if we're all going to come, but we'll probably the doctor and somebody else, and have the rest of us standing up and advise back up to the that cemetery project. Morgan, that's between the morgue and the cemetery project.
Yeah. The St. Matthias Church.
Mhm.
So, let's see. Should we say that Dr. Pierce and Jude went to the morgue while you're doing that at the library or the city hall?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Perfect. I'm assuming they are armed with whatever appropriate things they could find that's silver.
Yeah, so at
Exactly,
at
game.
yeah, at Night and Oak, you would have the silver bullets, not that many. Um, they're super expensive, and you have to have them made by a specialist. You would have the brass knuckles that have like silver sort of folded into them, and then also cane swords. And so it's like a sword that's concealed inside of a cane, so you can walk around in public with a sword.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it would have like a sort of a Damascus kind of pattern where the silver is folded into it, and iron as well. It would have iron, steel, and silver folded into it. And it's also kind of it's like a thing for, like your order, like the Knights of the Royal Oak, like having one of these is that's one of the ways that you might identify each other.
Mhm. What we could do, but of course it's not very discreet, is, I mean, shotguns are still acceptable because people go hunting and stuff like that. It'd be very easy to melt down um, um, silver, and that
And
way you
put it
don't
in the
have to,
buckshot.
yeah, put it as buckshot. You don't have to make go through the expertise of making an actual bullet, which is not very easy. I mean, well, it's easy, but if you get it wrong, it's very dangerous.
Yeah. Um, but if you wanted to just grab like a boot knife, or
Mhm,
a cane sword, something like that, a
mhm,
pair of brass knuckles,
mhm.
uh, anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think anything more conspicuous. Yeah. What time of the day is it getting to be?
Well, just say that you're doing all this during daylight because
Yeah.
we don't want to split the party
Mm.
in the middle of the night. Um,
Nope. Mhm.
That's just a personal paranoia of me.
yeah. Um, but okay, yeah. I mean, unless you all want to go together, you can do that too. It'll just be later,
All right.
takes time to do all this stuff at the city hall and all that.
Mhm. Okay. No, so
The
same as, okay. All right.
sorry. The tunnel project, is it nearing completion? I mean, could we go there and actually physically check it out, or is it in the mid construction?
It is still like mid-construction, and it um, it was not actually finished until several years after this.
Mhm.
Maybe around
Mm.
1897, uh,
Now, I think that ought to be the last thing we do, and is raid the tunnels. Is the We need to talk with the engineer and either enlist his aid or blackmail or bully or something or other, however we need to do it to get his aid in this.
mhm,
Mhm.
yeah.
But that'll be the last thing. So
Well, okay, so who's going to the morgue? Who's going to go check out the morgue?
I imagine I will be there, so I probably telephone Jude on the landline because there is nothing else, and be like, "Yeah, I'm going by the morgue if you want to join me." And one of the samples is botched. It
Gosh,
wasn't my
what did
fault,
you
obviously.
do?
Mhm.
Um, well, I didn't do anything wrong, you know. I'm a very respectable doctor. But this is
Quack,
it.
quack, quack.
Just so you know, it wasn't my fault.
he
Yeah,
might be a
it wasn't
respectable might be a respectable doctor. He's just a lousy researcher.
Yeah,
Quack, quack.
I'll go along with you.
perfect.
Where
Uh,
where
Do
is the
you
morgue?
do you want to take like brass knuckles, boot knife, I mean, if you, so gun control isn't really a thing quite yet. You can have a handgun in London, at this time, you can have a shotgun. You
Wow.
can't bring it into the morgue with like not like a handgun, maybe, inconspicuously, you could hide it in a jacket,
Mhm.
but not a shotgun.
No,
Yeah,
Um,
I meant that for the tunnel.
have
yeah,
a little handgun in my pocket.
okay.
Is the
Dr.
morgue
Pierce?
is the morgue in a hospital, or is it where is the morgue?
No, it's actually connected to a church. It's like they are you're processing the body. So it is connected to a like the graveyard is next to, but it's like this very old they're installed um what is the word? A crematorium. They
Mhm.
installed a crematorium, and cremating is kind of a newer thing. It's like the bodies, have been piling up in London for a while, and like people getting cremated is has become more normal since the plague.
All right.
It's become a more not it's because burying people would have been more the norm. But in at this time, it's becoming more normal for people to get cremated, more popular.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of a Victorian morgue and they look so high tech.
Mm.
Yeah. So this they
Mhm.
have installed a crematorium.
I imagine I'm going to the morgue. Mr. Scissorhands is an orderly there in the Victorian morgue.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, no, yeah, we're definitely doing that.
So you pulling the doctor thing, like doctor.
Oh yeah. I'm uh getting the attention of one of the orderlies, and I'm like, yo, sorry, yo,
Yo,
yeah,
yo,
it's
orderly
anachronistic. Uh,
doctor.
Mr. Barnes, because I imagine I would know them. I don't know. I invented the name, so yeah, I've been interested in this recent surge of dead bodies. It's pretty grisly business. I would be more than happy to look around and to probably nominate some bodies for an autopsy. Some families have requested autopsies. I'm essentially bullshitting the guy if it's in need, besides my credentials, to basically leave me alone in the morgue.
Yeah, I guess if you could give me a
Mhm.
charm, a
A charm.
persuade or intimidate, but I
Uh,
will actually give you let's see.
a bonus
I'll
die.
give you a bonus dice because you're a doctor,
Oh
you're
yeah.
yeah, I'll give you a bonus dice.
I will try to charm this orderly. Oh, a bonus die. Okay, so I can roll again because the first one is a 95.
Throwing rocks tonight.
63. Okay, 63 compared to my charm, which is I'm more charming than I'm good at my profession, so that says a lot. My charm. Oh, never mind. I'm not charming at all. Oh no.
Wait, your persuade is 60.
Oh, my persuade is 60. Yeah, I'm going to spend 3 luck. Why not? So
Yeah.
yeah, dropping to 63.
Yeah. Sure. So okay, so you pull aside Barnes, and you say, "Hey, I want to look at bodies, these bodies that have recently showed up, that are related to that have shown up on the Thames that have these weird, like you've read about it in the paper and stuff, and you notice that this guy, he smells like liquor, right?
Oh,
And he's kind of like sure, sure. It smells like he might be a little bit drunk, either from the night before or drinking on the job. But
Mm,
he takes you over to a body, sort of pulls out, a slab, and it lets you have a look at it. Um, and just immediately, you can tell that the body has been in the water, right?
yeah, it's
Uh,
bloated. Hmm.
but if you want to give me a medicine or a biology or spot hidden, I'll take a spot hidden.
Uh, nope, 79.
So nine. So you notice that there is some like strange bloating, like not necessarily the organs and stuff like the stomach or whatever, but like the fingers are bloated. The eyes are like sort of bulging out of the head. And
Mm,
like there's some things that don't match up with like other bodies that you've seen that have been in the water before.
Yeah.
Um, but actually, okay, so can I get another spot hidden? Or
Okay.
either one of you can give me a spot hidden.
okay.
Yeah.
I got a 20 and my spot hidden is 45.
Okay, so that's a
So,
hard. Um, so you you notice that it looks like there's what looks to be like possibly some kind of a hidden passage.
hmm,
Like where um like there's a bank of these slabs like where they put the bodies. But then
hmm,
there's like a kind of a thing where it looks like a groove like in the floor, um that like doesn't quite match up, and then you're seeing this the new um crematory, like
hmm.
the like where they um are like supposed to be burning the bodies. It doesn't look like it's been used. It looks like brand new.
Hmm. So it looks like something could move out from this wall, huh?
Yeah, like you're it looks like God, I'm picturing like in like Zelda with there's like that crack in the wall and you're like, if I put a bomb right there.
I never played it.
uh but yeah, it just looks it just sticks out because you're like, if they're supposed to be burning, you know, cremating bodies, like it doesn't look like that thing, like it doesn't even look like it's been turned on. Like it's like spotless.
Yeah. Dr. Pierce, come look at this. What do you
Oh,
make of it? You think this moves out from the wall? Want to try?
right. So they never ever disposed of the bodies.
Hmm.
So that's a great observation, Jude. So that means I hope no orderlies are around us. I essentially shoot them away. That means there is an orderly inside that trades the bodies or helps traffic them
Hmm.
towards another place.
Yeah, like menu items, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this here tunnel, uh, if it is a tunnel behind here, could be how they're getting it out. Uh, let's move this aside, see if we can't find what's behind it, though.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
that be a strength check?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do with the like the say that there's just like the one
Oh, geez.
orderly Barnes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Um,
gosh. Um, well, I can't imagine he gets paid that much. So I'm going to give him a few pounds, which is, probably more than what he makes in a week, and tell him to go get himself something to
um, yeah, Dr. Pierce, do you want to throw in your like if just I'm just thinking like if you guys want to work together to like get rid of this guy.
Ah, uh-huh. Yeah, but did I understood correct? Jude wants to bribe the guy to go through the corridor or to just get out of our way?
get out of here so we can open
Just
up
to
the
get out here. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. As a matter of fact, I want two things. Yeah, let's work together to get rid of him, but I also want to. So he's been drinking. I mean, my character. I don't drink in real life. No alcohol. But the good doctor drinks. So I want to um, give a hint that I can kind of smell some strong liquor off him and be like, Barnes, I've hit the bottle a couple of times. It's a tough job. I will try to overlook this if you would leave me and my associate here alone in the morning. We can take care of this. We can take care of this.
Um, yeah, I think okay, so if you tell him that he stinks, and then
Yeah.
you say Jude says like, why don't you go get a sandwich or something, you know? And then like you're both kind of working together. Just I think I'll take another persuade, and I'll give you another bonus dice.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's a good 36. Do you require more than a standard success?
No, no,
Okay,
I was
okay.
just looking
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a regular.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
A regular.
so you're like, hey, you stink, like you smell like you've been hitting the bottle. And she's like, why don't you go get a sandwich, And then the guy he kind of like nods at you and he's like, it's a hard job. And then gets out of there, kind of leaves you alone. So that yeah, he's like, are you gonna open up that body? Because I don't want to be here, you
Oh,
know.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be blood and gore everywhere, Barnes. Everywhere. It's going to be horrible.
He's like, he already stinks. Um, so and I'm sorry, so this body is missing an arm, a whole arm, and it has been surgically removed. Like you can tell you have seen surgical cuts, you know exactly what a surgical cut. It's like
Uh,
perfect, to
one question on this theme.
do.
Do I see a profile in the bone, or like, is this a very clean cut, or is it like barbed, like um, what's the word I'm looking at? Not a chainsaw.
Ragged?
It's yeah,
serrated.
yeah. It's serrated. That's the word. It's serrated, or it's a clean surgical cut to remove the entire arm, essentially.
The bone saw or the scalpel.
Yeah, either the bone saw, that's the word. Yeah, either the bone saw or a scalpel was used. So is this a professional, or is this a hack job? Just butchering this body to.
This is a professional. This is a scalper.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, actually, so my one of my, I don't know, like my great grandfather or something, he was a surgeon in the Civil War. He had a bone saw. I have
Oh, okay.
I have
Yeah.
it, but he also had scalpels.
Mm.
But yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
think a
it's
scalpel is actually sharp enough to remove an entire limb.
They
Mm-hmm.
won't go through bone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not to
yeah,
mention the blade just not long enough. That's why
Hmm.
some bone saws were invented.
yeah. Well, my character would know that, but the player doesn't. Yeah, yeah, makes
Yeah, but
sense.
But
you just
this
basically you cut through the almost
Hmm.
so cartilage. That's not cartilage. Something like I can't remember.
the
It's been a
clavicle,
while
like
since I field dressed any animal. So whatever that is that you cut through
Yeah.
there.
yeah. But
So this
this
is a
bone,
professional
it's
job.
like
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, it's like it's removed at the joint, and then the
Um,
you know the like it's like to a layperson's, like the body has been underwater, and then it looked like maybe it could have been ripped out, but you can tell that it's been, you know,
Removed.
like this
Yeah.
is removed. Yeah, like the arm has been kind of expertly removed. Um,
Mm.
Yeah,
so
taking some notes on this as well, like writing on a clipboard, something. Yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah, so um as you guys are kind of like messing around. I don't know if you actually do want to open up the body and start doing an autopsy, but
I'm going to help. Mostly, I've made the observations. I want to help Jude to see this tunnel, this entrance, like move this. You said there was something in the way.
yeah. So it looks like there is like just a bank, kind of like a wall um of these like there's just like a section where it kind of pulls out. Um but yeah, it's actually so just by seeing it, with having like the hard spot hidden. Um, I think that you can figure out how to get it open. It's just like there's one of the doors that's like, where one of the bodies would go, and then you pull that, and then a whole section of the wall kind of comes out, right? And then as you're, like you open it up, and then you hear some kind of shuffling. Sorry, there's a slide. Like it's like
Mm.
there's a sheer drop, and then there's some stairs that go down, and then there's a slide, like it's a chute for bodies. Um, and then
Oh,
you hear some kind of shuffling, like at the bottom, and it's dark, you know. Maybe some like hissing, like something is down there. But the light kind of goes down, hits the bottom of this chute, and then you see there's even like some kind of fresh blood, like on the
oh.
chute going down. Um,
Sanity check.
yeah, yeah, sanity.
Yeah, sanity check. And I rolled a 53 on that. Let me see how my sanity is. Where is my sanity?
No, you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
automatically insane.
No, it's just 1 point. It's just 1 point if you,
Okay, yeah, I
Before.
succeeded.
yeah. Um, did you fail, or did you pass?
I
I
failed.
passed.
Okay, it's just 1 point. But yeah, you hear something down there, and something is moving, and like sort of like doesn't, or either doesn't like, or is like surprised by the light.
Well, it's aware of my presence since I manly screamed out of the sanity check. So, who's there?
No response.
Show yourself. Ah,
No response.
well, you know, Jude, I turn around. How about we call our great friends to aid us in this exploration and to bring some oil lamps or something because it's dark.
Yeah, let's do that.
Darn it, I left my cell phone elsewhere.
Cell phone? What's a cell phone? Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey Marcel, I posted a couple pictures of you in chat.
Those are awesome.
Oh,
So I imagine, okay, so unless Mike wants something else, I imagine I would re-block this, so re-shove something in front of it, like close the door.
mhm.
Good
And
idea.
I want to make a landline call to the cab company, be like, oh yeah, is Joseph in? And they would probably tell me, yeah, he went to that location. I'm just going to call the operator to the location where Joseph
Now
is.
remember, this is Cthulhu by Gaslight, not 1920s.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have any kind, no telegraph, no nothing. Yeah.
Well, that you should have telegraph, but
Yeah, they have telegraphs.
Telephone was around.
Telegraphs are
Not
all over the
everybody
place in
had
the
it, but
American West.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Phones are more, that's,
mm.
yeah, that's later, but
I
oh,
understand. Okay, my bad. Then I will try. I don't know how we can be in contact besides when we are together. Like,
yeah, messengers.
Messengers, yeah,
Then
runners, yeah,
again, they go by like running or
okay.
uh,
yeah, runners, yeah.
whatever.
Send a runner to the cab company, send a runner
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the headquarters.
yeah. I will do
Yeah.
that with the runners. That.
Mm.
Yeah. Mhm.
but I mean, okay, so you're trying to get the group together, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Joseph and Archie to know what me and Jude have been doing. But of course, I'm not going to tell a runner the whole story because they will think I'm insane. I'm going to tell them, fetch my two friends by these names. It's serious, something like that, to put into motion the whole thing.
Okay. Um, so when you close the door, or when when you open it, there's no latch on the other side.
Mhm.
Um, when you close it again, you hear a, like it latches, and and then it's, it's shut. And then you hear like clamoring, like just they're I think maybe you hear something saying like nobody's, like sort of a raspy
Uh,
voice, like hungry.
um, I didn't just hear that. I didn't hear that at all. Did you? I didn't hear a damn thing.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. Um, I'm going to enter my character scoping mechanism. I'm going to pour myself and Jude a drink. I'm going to search for something like taking on the good roads of this trade, like our friends Barnes did just a moment ago.
Mhm.
Pull
You
out
could easily
your best
find
scotch.
alcohol in the morgue, but I wouldn't drink it.
Not that
No.
alcohol. No, no, no. Uh, I have some scotch in my cabinet back outside the morgue.
You got a flask. You got a flask on you. You know you do.
Yeah, yeah. Um, can we take a short
Yeah.
break?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
10?
Okay.
Yeah, so just say that it's later. All of you have kind of, you've gone back to Night and Oak.
Mm.
You've gotten whatever kind of weapons that you
Yeah.
want
But
to
I'm going to suggest
sort
that
of,
we do not go through the morgue. I mean, that's stupid. We already know that there's a ghoul waiting down there for us. We need to come in at some place that we.
One thing, just one thing before we go. I remembered when we were talking in the pause. Um, so we do this, definitely not going there. I'm just trying from behind the blockade, out of curiosity, if I can fast talk or even inquire the creature, the ghoul, about who does usually feed it some food like human parts. This is my only question for it, and then we are leaving and doing the whole thing, meeting up at the headquarters.
Um, so are you just
From
you like
behind the door, yeah, from behind the door, because I hear it like no human parts or nothing. Like, who usually brings you the human parts?
um yeah, so you're trying to get information out of them.
Yeah.
Um, you might try to bribe them. There's plenty of bodies around here.
Yeah.
You don't initially, that you say like who usually feeds you. You don't really get a response.
Hmm.
It's kind of quiet. You hear like it's like, oh, hungry. And then, who usually feeds you? But you don't really get a response.
Okay, this tunnel is connected to the morgue. It seemed like they could just come in and get food whenever they wanted.
There's a
they're
latch from our side, or the
Yeah,
other side,
they're
apparently.
like locked in there.
Ah,
Um, it doesn't seem like it opens from that side, from the other from the tunnel side.
Okay, just to fast forward and not to chew the scenery. I am actually going, I mean, they're dead anyway. I'm going to feed them a hand or something if it's possible in a safe manner.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
here's some
Yeah.
finger foods.
Um,
Yes, sure. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Would you tell me the information I'm after?
um, yeah. So let's say that you just grab a random body part from around here in the morgue, right? Toss
Yeah.
it down to the bottom of the stairs,
Yeah.
or just slide it down the slide. Um, you see what looks to be like some kind of feral ghouls, and then they just kind of descend upon this body part that you toss down there, and then they start, like tucking into it, like ripping it apart, and they're wearing rags and they seem to be chained. They're
Hmm.
like chained to the wall, like behind them. You see them come out into the light a little bit, just enough to, descend on this
Hmm.
arm or whatever and start tucking into it. And then they kind of like fight over it and then get like a finger, whatever, and like chewing on it. And then they kind of like move back into the background, like
Yeah,
hide from the light.
to protect my psyche, I'm looking away, but I'm like, who put you here? Because they are chained up. There is an interest for them to be here, probably, I don't know, as a weapon or something. I don't know. I'm not explaining this
Yeah.
to that they're just ghouls. I'm asking, how did you get there? What man, woman, something like simplified English?
Yeah.
Who did
So
this? Who did this to you? Essentially.
I am gonna need one more sanity check as you see.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Um,
Let's go. I failed that.
you failed. Okay. So you've seen it once. Um, you could probably handle, like seeing these ghouls again, but that's going to be a D4.
A D4. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's a 3.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, you see these things just like you remember like Archie kind of mentioning this, like what a ghoul is, but just seeing it, seeing them descend on a body part like that. And they have like fangs and claws in their, like pointy ears, and they look like they're sort of rotten. Um, and yeah, like yellow eyes. It's sort of like advanced stages of what you saw with the baby. Um,
Mhm, mhm.
but So if you say, they don't recognize you, you say like, who feeds you? Who usually feeds you? Um, one of them uh calls out, and he says, um, hang on one second. Um, Dr. Cartwright.
Thank you. More will come for your help. Thank you. Toss another thing there
Yeah.
before I'm leaving. And
Yeah.
because I want to train them like Pavlovian response, essentially. Like you give me something, I give you something back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
And we are leaving. We are leaving. I jotted down the name and we are leaving for the headquarters.
yeah. So you toss down like another body part, and then they start tucking into it again, and then they're like, free us, free us. And then the door closes again and you latch it shut, and then you hear the um eating human flesh.
Yeah, we will think about that shouting while saying nope, 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 nope.
Yeah,
Leaving, leaving. Yeah.
but they give you a name. They give you
Yeah, I
Dr. Cartwright.
Yeah, not in that state. Yeah.
okay.
Maybe you even know this. Maybe you even know who they're talking about.
Yeah, but I got a lot of the scenery, so we are back at HQ to meet up with the others, essentially.
Okay.
Mm.
Good
Yeah.
Lord. I Joseph was just saying once he hears your story, he's like, God,
Ow,
not
ow, ow,
exactly
ow,
what I
ow.
expected.
Yeah, and they're down there, kept by this certain Cartwright. I will look up the name, but this is what we found, so we tell you everything
Mhm.
me and Jude found out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. I'll just give it to you. So you know, Dr. Cartwright, or you know that he is connected to the hospital. He's connected to the church. He works here. Um, and you could. It's probably too late now, but you could call on him during working hours. You know that he keeps an office in the hospital. And he's also he's involved with a homeless ministry here
Oh
God.
here at the
no.
church.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, okay, so we
Best
got
way to get
two.
menu items.
And how many people disappear each year without a trace?
Lots.
Homeless? Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say.
No one, no one would notice some homelessness or even really care.
But again, why? I mean, I guess regular bodies would, if they go missing from the if they get dug up or that sort of thing like that, or go missing from the morgue would be noticed, but the ones that go to Potter's Field or get it cremated wouldn't. But what the hell's he
Yeah,
doing
and
with them?
if they disappeared from the morgue, I have a distinct feeling that the morgue itself would do everything in its power to cover that up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Eventually something would come out. Yeah. So, but if it's a homeless or
Well,
they went to that trouble of getting the fake um, um, crematorium and they're not using it.
well,
None
if
of
a
this.
doctor's involved, they can easily fudge any kind of paperwork necessary to do
Yeah, I know,
so.
but I mean, yeah, exactly. But still, I mean, I would assume if people would want ashes or maybe his family's ashes or something or other, or is the
Say
crematorium
a
only
chunk,
for,
toss a
it's
chunk of
crematorium
wood
on,
on a fire, and you got your ashes.
exactly. Yeah. Why not do
Mm-hmm.
that at least? Yeah. And is the crematorium to dispose of the bodies that would be going to go to paupers' graves anyway, or what?
Obviously,
Yeah, getting cremated is becoming more popular. It's like when during the plague, they couldn't handle all the bodies. And so cremation, and then, they knew that burning them helped to control the disease. So it became a more normal thing, but it's still kind of, I don't know, it's like if you're rich, you probably get buried in a grave and you have a funeral.
Mhm.
But, yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like if you're a ward of the state or something, you might get cremated, you might get a pauper's grave.
And then they dump your ashes into Thames.
I think well, let's get stuff ready because we're gonna have to go down in the tunnels at some point here, probably very soon. So let's get some buckshot for the shotguns made of silver. But I think we need to confront somebody, maybe take them out for a drive with some cabbie, have them get in, then it's which one would you suggest? What was I mean? I think we ought to do both the father and the and maybe the doctor. But the father, we could say we were taking. Yes, that the say the wife sent word for him to come out to her family's home, and we could just take them out somewhere and speak to him.
So say that it's starting to get later. You've kind of been doing all this stuff like all day. So it's starting to get dark. So you could call on the doctor in the morning. I think Dr. Pierce, you probably know where this guy's office is in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But he would not be in his office.
Yeah.
And but yeah, what do you want to go next?
So, do we have a connection between the father of the child and this doctor that keeps ghouls in the basement of the morgue?
So I mean, the fact that he has all these tinctures, he has all, this weird medicine, that sets off some alarm bells.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that this guy is keeping ghouls, in
Yeah. What in fact, no, we can role play and I can ask them. I'm curious about that doctor's speciality. I don't know if they were this, segmented like on organs or something, like a pneumologist or a cardiologist or something. Probably not. Probably a physician was a general human anatomy specialist.
What about him keeping the ghouls to draw fluids to experiment on to maybe get the ones that can pass easier to pass? Or so they run the daylight with easier.
Hmm. Yeah. And it's probably their blood, ghoul blood. Hmm. But how do we make him to talk? Obviously, we should intimidate the guy. Like we should probably, I don't know, corner him and extract information.
I'm of the opinion that the easier target would be the engineer. We say we're taking him to his wife, and then we just take him out somewhere and have a talk.
I agree. Yeah. We can definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay. So heading to the sergeant home.
Yeah, what time is it?
Well, you know that this guy keeps weird hours. He usually he like when you did your stakeout, he came in pretty late and spent the night drinking before actually going to bed, like hanging out in his little lair in the basement. But it's it's getting dark, so it should be that time soon for him to be, or at least if he's keeping to his habits, he'd be coming home soon.
Okay, so we wait when he comes up to the door. We pull up with a cab and say, your wife is what's her name again?
Jewel, oh, hang on one second.
Okay.
Is it baby Julia or is it
Yeah.
I think her name is Jude because I kept having to fight you, making a Hey Jude joke last time. I think, not positive.
What I'll do is I'll hold up a thing. You people be in the back of the thing.
yeah,
And one of you with a gun ready to make him come in. I'll hold up a piece of paper and say, are you so and so? And I have a note from your wife. She wants you to join her at her parents', and I will give the address.
the mother is Julia Sargent, the
Uh-huh.
baby Samantha, and then the husband is Peter.
Yeah. So does that sound? I mean, that would probably sound perfectly. That sounds to me like the most likely thing to get him to get in the cab. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a cabbie. I'm looking at a note saying, "Are you so? You're Mr. So and so, Mrs. So and so wants you to come join her at her parents' house." And we give him the parents' house address. He's probably going to want to come.
You do have that address.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we know we dropped her off at it. We dropped her off at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
where
if
her
we have all the
parents
right
are.
information, if we have all the right information, and he's probably not going to want her at her parents' place, I think it'd be pretty easy to get him in the cab. Or we could have one person behind the cab and just if he comes up, come around with the gun and get in. Yeah, if it comes to
Or
that.
walk up behind him with a sap. Bonk.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But
Does Silver hurt them even by contact, not just by wounding them?
Say
It would
that they
probably make an
are
aggravated wound or what?
say that they are maybe slightly resistant to normal things like lead,
Because
mundane things like steel and lead.
yeah, because if it burns only by contact, I'm thinking you can even have a coin or something just to press on his forehead or something. There is no need for a gun, like to torture somebody that has this kind of allergy.
I want to acquire a um a blackjack.
Sure, no problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could easily. Yeah, that would be something that you would have in your armory.
Okay.
Are you trying to make? You said silver shotgun shells, right?
Yeah, we could also
Easy to make, but expensive.
well we'll just melt down we'll just melt down some candlestick.
Yeah, I mean you have like
Yeah.
silverware and stuff like that in the,
Mhm.
but it's gonna take time, and then I'm gonna if you I don't know, I think
Well,
I'll probably make you do a
we
group
just
luck
need
roll.
I mean that's for going down into the tunnels. Right now we just need something to coax them in there with.
Okay, well,
That's
so
why I
you
grabbed the
would
sap.
can I get a luck roll or a group luck roll? Who has the lowest luck?
Let me
Uh,
check.
It's
My
60.
luck is uh,
Luck is 65.
35.
Well, isn't even
Okay.
on here.
Ooh, okay.
35. There it is. Yeah. So can I get a luck roll?
You certainly can. Or at least as soon as I get the web page with the die roller back up.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm rolling on ITD, Steve. You can see all my rolls, my beautiful rolls from tonight.
Yeah.
I rolled a 78.
There's a meme that was on ITD where it's like everybody is like giving the guy who has the lowest luck the side eye because they're doing a group luck roll. They're like, you know, um, okay, yeah. So you have 1 second. Um, you have two handguns that are loaded with silver bullets. So 6 bullets each.
Mhm. Do we have silver? Is there anyone with a silver handle? Silver plated handle?
The handgun?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, a
Oh,
silver plated
oh,
handle.
I'm just saying that you have two handguns that have silver bullets in them, and then you're trying to do this like you're like looking for silver. I guess if you want to do the the shotgun thing, you don't have to do that now, you
Yeah,
know.
we're not going to do it now. But what I'm saying is, do any of these guns have silver plated handles? He wants a sap. Turn the gun around.
No, they're just regular handguns.
Mm,
But you do, I mean, you can get a blackjack, you can have brass knuckles that have silver in them. You can have sword canes, stuff like that, boot
okay.
knives.
So the brass knuckles are going to be the way to go because the sap will be inside something or other, and it won't have silvery contact with the skin.
Yeah. But you can do
Mm,
subdual damage with a sap or a pair of
That's
brass
actually the
knuckles.
exact reason I
mhm,
grabbed the sap is I wanted the ability to take somebody out without actually killing them.
mm,
But brass knuckles would do it too. So either one.
mhm.
Um, let me see. Does anybody need any stat blocks?
Um, I can't get my hand out of from under my dog to type anything for anything. So, no.
I do
Not
have
at the
one
moment.
question. It's doing like a whip as 1 die 3, which I can understand if it's like a little thing for the um, 1 die 3 plus the strength bonus. But a bullwhip would do a hell of a lot. If you use the bullwhip right, it should do a hell of a lot more damage than just a regular whip. I mean, you could take somebody's hand off with one of those.
Wow, blackjack actually does way more damage than I thought.
Yeah, yeah,
A blackjack is a D8
yeah.
plus your damage bonus.
But that's what I'm saying. I was asking about the whip. Now he'd have the little. That sounds to me that little whip is like the little one that you do for the horses and stuff like that. Which my character doesn't ever whip his horses, but he might from that he might have learned to use the whip. But he would have like a real whip, like a bull whip. So that should do a hell of a lot more than any 1 die 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a D8.
Okay. Okay. So bull. Okay.
Is anybody taking a handgun?
Yeah, I'll take one. Eh,
Okay,
Damn it, give me my
so
hand. Ah,
the um
sorry.
you have a Webley
Ah,
revolver, 1d10 plus one,
okay,
and you
I'll
can
take one
do
too.
a burst with it.
a bird. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you do one shot regular, and then you do two shots disadvantage.
Uh, I don't have handgun on my skill, so
Yeah, that's why I'm not taking one.
Yeah,
I've got
but
it, but it's only like 20. I got a 35 in shotgun. Can I take a shotgun?
shotgun, you can have a 12 gauge double barrel shotgun. Shotguns in Call of Cthulhu are a little funny. So there's range bands. If you're like right up in their face, it's 46. If you're at range, if you're at like 50 yards, it's 1d6, and then 20 is 2d6 and so on.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
that
it's
makes
spreading
sense.
out.
It spreads
Yeah.
out,
mhm.
yeah. Yeah,
1d6
and
is at 50 yards.
I was going to take a shotgun when we went down into the tunnels, but I figured right now we're just trying to kidnap the guy.
Yeah. And then a cane sword. Um, is going to be 1d6 plus 1
Mhm.
plus your damage bonus. Seems strange that a blackjack does more damage than a rapier, but okay.
But it doesn't do impaling.
Yeah. Yeah, rapier will do impaling. Will definitely impale.
Mm.
It is still
Uh,
very
uh,
possible to kill somebody with a blackjack. You hit them along the temple.
mm.
Mhm.
If you hit somebody hard enough with anything, you can kill them.
I will take one of the brass knuckles because I do have at least a 40 in brawl.
Okay. Brass knuckles, brass
Or
knuckles, brass knuckles. We're gonna say it's the same as the blackjack, 1d8 plus your damage
okay.
bonus,
Mm.
and you can do subdual
Mhm.
as a maneuver.
Mhm.
Okay, so anything else? Does anybody want a boot knife?
I got
Oh,
my sap and my shotgun. I should be okay.
yeah, I'll take a shotgun. I'll since that's my better feeling. And
Well,
you said that.
I think I am good with my cane, which actually is a sword. So
Mhm.
I will leave the others with the explosive damage force.
Yeah, so you between all of you, you have two handguns that are loaded with silver bullets. They're both fully loaded, but they have 6 bullets each.
Right.
So I think only one is claimed at the moment. If anybody else wants the other one, you
Mhm.
can have it. And then if for as far as like shotguns go, you have double barrel shotguns. You do not have silver rounds.
Right,
You haven't actually made
yeah,
those yet. You have
right.
regular buckshot.
Well, I don't think we should need that. We don't want to have like a gunfight in the middle of the street. We're just trying to coax this guy into the cab right now.
But you can
Well,
have,
you're
I
no
mean, you can
fun.
bring them with you. You can have them in the
Yeah, yeah,
coach, you
yeah.
know.
We'll have them. Well, okay, yeah, we'll have them in the coach. So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
so just I'll have one. So I'll have one secured to the along the outside there. Um,
Yeah. I'm just assuming that Dr. Pierce kind of tells everybody what he saw, and then everybody's like, starts grabbing all the
yeah. Well,
shotguns
yeah,
and
yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
need to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that we are just to intimidate the guy. The armament is for the Ghoul army from the underground.
Well, yes, yes, but the idea is like we get the information from him first, uh, and then we go loaded for bear when we go underground.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it seems fine.
Well, okay, so what are you taking with you? because like Jude, you said you were taking a handgun, right? Dr. Pierce, you said you're taking your cane sword.
No, I'm taking my
Archie,
shotgun.
oh, you're taking shotgun. Okay, so regular shotgun.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
and then Archie, you said you're taking just a blackjack.
Yeah, blackjack, and I'll keep my shotgun in the vehicle that we're in, if we're in a
Yeah.
vehicle.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
assuming that you guys aren't gonna like do a home invasion, like break into this guy's house with shotguns. I
No,
mean, if you do, that's okay. But
no. The whole idea is, like I said, we're gonna watch. We've got a um uh well, I've got a piece of paper that looks like it could be a letter. We can probably write it down anyway, down and just say when he comes up and say, "Are you Sawyer? What's his last name
Peter,
again?
Peter Sargent.
Peter Sargent. Are you
Yeah,
Peter Sargent?
that's the
Miss
dad.
your wife, Mrs. Julia Sargent, wants you to meet her at her parents' estate and then give the address.
Where she has baby Samantha. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
Mhm.
Shoreditch.
where she and baby Samantha are staying right now, and she wants you to come right away.
Right. Okay, so is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good.
Am I the
Okay.
only person who's going to be referring to this guy as Peter Sergeant Major from now on?
I don't
Probably.
I don't get the reference. Sorry. Sorry.
Well, Sergeant Major.
But it's sturgeon.
Ah,
It's sturgeon. It's not sergeant.
No, Sargent. It is Sargent.
Oh, it's sergeant. Okay,
Yeah, Peter Sargent. Um, okay,
Sergeant Blue.
Sergeant Cool. Um, okay, so you guys get locked and loaded. You put the shotguns in the coach and
Well,
start heading over.
disguised, of course, a
Yeah,
coat over
start
him or
heading
something
over
like
to
that.
the sergeant home.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's getting dark, it is like dark. It's not late, but the sun has gone down. Um, and uh the you're kind of waiting, right? Or sorry, the lights are not on in the house. But you're outside, like waiting in the coach or whatever. And around 10 p.m., you see Peter kind of stumble, walk up to the front door, you know, uh, or sorry, he walks up to the front door, kind of fumbles with his keys a little bit,
At that point,
and
call
then
out.
goes around to the back, like where he
No, no, before
usually
no,
enters.
no, before he does that, like, well, he's still on the street. I'm going to call out. I'm going to call out from the cab.
Right.
We're not. We
Okay.
don't want to get out of the cab. We want to be there. We want all them inside the cab waiting, coax him in, and then drive off, whether he wants to or not.
Okay. So you call out to him, Peter Sergeant, uh,
Mhm.
like wave him over.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Mhm.
So and he has like a bottle, like a bottle of booze and a bottle of milk.
Mhm.
He's kind
Okay.
of looking at you like,
Yeah.
can I help you?
Yeah. If you're Mr. Peter Sargent, I have a message from your wife, Miss Julia Sargent. Her and the baby are at her parents' estate, and I give the address. She wants you to join them there immediately. I'm supposed to take you there.
At this hour?
She says it's urgent.
Ooh. Uh, is anybody pointing a gun at him or anything? Like in the back?
mm-mm,
Just
Not yet.
curious.
No, I'm walking
mm-mm.
nondescriptly up behind him,
Okay.
and I have the blackjack out, but it's behind my back.
Can I get a stealth roll?
Do I have stealth? Let's find out. Stealth, stealth, stealth. Why, yes, I do.
And I'm kind of lounging across the street.
Hold on a second. Survey says, oh, hell no. I had a
Okay.
20%. I rolled a 74.
Okay, so you're kind of walking up behind him, and he, hears your footsteps, turns to look at you, and he's like, you. And like looks at the rest of you and then it makes out Dr. Pierce. And he's like, you best just come inside. I guess I've got some explaining to do.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Sounds good with me.
I see them going in, I'll go in.
I'm
Make
shoving
like
the blackjack in my back pocket so that he doesn't see I was getting ready to smack him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw you following him the last time. And then he saw you trying to sneak up on him again. He's like, you. But so he invites you into the like goes into the kitchen and then starts pouring drinks like hard alcohol.
my
And
man.
yeah, and then is trying to like to hand out drinks to everybody, and he's obviously drunk. And
I'll take it, but I'm probably going to be nursing it. So,
yeah. Dr. Pierce, are you drinking?
Yeah, hell yeah. I have to go by the character. Dr. Pierce loves his liquor. Okay, we are not going to stereotype, but he's a proud uh Glasgow resident, birthed. So yeah.
if it looks like he's going to start having too much, Joseph will accidentally knock over his glass.
He sees the good scotch come out and he's like, all right. So he tries to pour drinks for everybody. He says, so that's where my wife is. She's with her parents.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
the
going to try
She-
and sorry.
I would say she thinks there's black mold in the basement and wants to get the baby out. But of course, that's not what's going on, is it?
Yeah. And I'm going to say also, Peter, she's worried about you. She pretty much wants you to be okay. And, with all of this black mold and everything coming up, we kind of were put to follow you and see what you are up to. So, how have you been? What do you want to discuss? Take it easy, take it friendly.
While they are distracting him, I'm going to Agatha Harker the booze in my glass into the nearest plant.
Okay, yeah. So he's drinking it, you know. But and he's pouring it out of the bottle, but he's drinking it. Dr. Pierce drinks it. He seems okay. But
I'm just
the
naturally untrustworthy of people.
yeah,
I'm just acting like I kind of put it up to my lips every once in a while, but that's about it.
yeah. Well, he's like downing this stuff.
Well, I know.
He looks like he's been kind of crying a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
And he says he's like, look, I'll tell you everything. Okay. I know that my wife hired you. I talked to Liz. She's gone. My wife's gone. My baby's gone. I've screwed everything up. What do you want to know?
Well, I'm assuming your baby is like you, right? So you could pass, and you thought, yeah, with the human mother and you being able to pass, you thought the baby would be more human, and that's not the case, is it?
She's had injections. It was
To
supposed
make
to
her
help.
more human, to make her, I mean, to help her cope. Is that
The injections that Dr. name
Cartwright, I
escapes
think.
me,
Cartwright.
Cartwright gave you?
Yes.
Mm.
Just out of curiosity, was she already in a little bit of a state before he started giving the injections? Or did he say he was giving these preserve preventative measure and she actually started getting worse afterwards, just out of curiosity?
He, well, it was Julia who noticed that she thought that something had come in the night and changed the baby. Um, something, she
A
noticed the
changeling.
injection sites. Dr. Cartwright approached me. I know who he is. He he knows all about the ghouls. He knows he's keeping them. He's experimenting with them. He's doing experiments with their blood. And he knows about the construction projects. He knows about the sewers, all of it. And I had nothing left to hide at that point. And I thought that the baby could pass. I thought that my wife, she's normal.
Right.
I didn't think
What
that the baby would be any different.
was the baby passing before the doctor got a hold of the baby?
She started to cry all the time. The teeth got sharper.
So
She
this was
bit my
before the
wife.
doctor started. This was before the doctor gave the injections, correct?
No, she thought that something was coming into her room at night, into the baby's room.
Okay.
And
I got that, but what I'm asking is, did all these changes happen after the doctor started giving her injections or before he started giving her injections?
it must have been after,
Mm.
Mm.
because she noticed the changes. I didn't notice the changes. I don't take care of the baby.
Yeah. Okay.
She complained
That's it.
to me.
That's interesting. Okay.
I tried to I tried to make her think that it was nothing, and then she thought I was trying to make her crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Let's get back. We'll get back to that in a minute.
What
The construction projects, we know some, we know bits and pieces of it. Start from the beginning and go through the whole thing for us.
It's my birthright, my family, my name, the Sargent family. We've been doing we've been digging up
Mhm.
the city for years and years,
Mhm.
and we've been working on these projects, and we've never had any problems with the ghouls before living under the city. I'm part ghoul,
Mhm.
and something the something disturbed them. The things have changed, and I'm of the opinion that Dr. Cartwright is the one who's behind all of these bodies that are showing up, and he's doing something with the parts. He's doing something with the ghouls that he's experimenting on.
Okay, when I get the chance, I want to pull the rest of the party away and so that he can't hear me talking, and then advance the theory that maybe Dr. Cartwright has been giving the baby injections of ghoul blood.
Make it
Well,
more clear.
yeah, I think the doctor's making the baby worse, not better.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
So
And
we
I
need
wonder
to
where all these,
investigate the not so good doctor.
Mhm.
I
I
didn't
mean,
I
want to.
wonder what these missing body part or these body parts that keep showing up have to do with. Uh,
Gotta feed the ghouls.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
is
it's
he killing people?
probably. As far as I'm concerned, and I even want Peter to hear when I say this because it's reassuring, it's definitely the doctor because the ghouls are chained up. Like there's we've got a free guy that basically experiments on them.
Mhm.
Meta-wise and also in-game, the character, I'm empathetic to Peter. Like, yeah, I think we should get this, pardon my French, this son of a bitch.
Yes, I
The
agree.
doctor. Yeah.
Um, did you have you seen any of the bodies that during the course of your work that they the portions of the bodies and stuff like that?
Yes.
And that's definitely not the work of a ghoul, correct?
No, they wouldn't. They would consume the whole body.
And it wouldn't be a surgical operation because, and I share this to the whole party, the bodies have missing body parts that are definitely surgically removed. So it's the hand of a skilled doctor, a skilled surgeon at work.
Mm.
There's a preparation that goes into consuming a body. We consume the memories, the knowledge, as well as the flesh.
Flesh. Yes. Okay. All right. Um,
There's
do you
rituals that
have
are involved.
did you have anything to do with the morgue church project or not?
Yes, we worked on that.
Do you doctor explain what you found? I'm wondering if if those ghouls are a guard or something past them. I mean, like if there's another chamber or something like that that's he's using them to scare people away if they make their way down there. So
Yeah, right. So I'm going to say, Peter. So you've worked on that connection, and we've seen that there are definitely, obviously, the doctor is feeding the captive ghouls body parts. They don't use the furnace. Nobody's getting cremated. How do they kept this secret away from? I mean, the orderlies didn't know anything. They never even batted an eye at the peculiarities happening there.
Are you sure they didn't know anything?
well, the one didn't from what the way he was talking.
I mean, some may probably be bribed and something. If you worked at that, do you recall any other name other than Cartwright, which is the main guy? Any other name that was involved in this operation? Somebody that closed an eye, the mayor, I don't know, somebody high up closed their eyes and were like, okay, there's no problem here.
Mhm. Reverend Foxwell.
Okay. And he's not one of you, correct?
Well, I think that he took pity on us.
Okay.
He thought that it's been a lot. I mean, the during the bad years of the plague, uh, there was a lot of death, and they didn't know what to do with the bodies. And that's when
Yeah, you help them get rid of the diseased bodies. Okay. Yeah.
but somebody walled up the passage and turned it into a prison.
Okay, so you know where the other okay. Yeah, what can you sketch out or what you know about the any sub chambers or anything like that connected to the church slash morgue?
I can do better than that. I can show you.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to I wanted to ask
Okay.
Peter if, yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I'm going to appeal to his emotions a little bit. We are drinking, we are having a personal moment. I'm the physician of the family. He knows me for a long time, and I'm going to be like, listen, Peter, my companions have their reserves, but I trust you. I trust you that you want to get back at this evil guy. And we suspect that he even made your daughter more like you, or in fact, less like you because you actually pass.
I miss my daughter and I miss my wife. I want them back.
You can help us. You can help us. If you help us, we might even get the other ghouls free to just do what they want in the underground, or even better, get the doctor as their best meal that they ever had.
They're not hurting anybody.
I
okay,
know.
yeah, I mean, they seem like victims, you know. I mean, it's unpleasant to see or even think about, but by our perspective, but
They keep to themselves.
you know, but they do seem like victims. Okay, how wide is the tunnel? I'm assuming there's a tunnel into the so you could take us there. Through what? Through a tunnel? How wide is the tunnel?
Oh, there's lots of tunnels. There's many
Okay.
tunnels.
Yeah, because we want to make sure if he's up to something else that we can cover it. I mean, we don't want to go through such a wide space that we can't say like cover it with two shotguns and stuff like that. If we have to go out in the middle of some big open area, we could be attacked from all sides. But
Sure. Sure. I can think of a few places.
okay, we all agree that doing this in the morning after the sun comes up is probably a good idea.
It won't
So
make
we
any
can escape
difference
back
down
out.
there.
Well, yeah, but we
Yeah,
can.
it's
But if
nighttime
you know
all
all
the
the
time.
exits, we can escape back into the back in above ground, and things wouldn't want to follow us. Correct?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, Jude. What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, for all we know, they don't like sunlight. I mean, that one seemed bothered by light, but
Well,
uh,
they also don't want to be seen either. So
that's true. I mean, really, I think if anything nefarious is going on, the ghouls aren't really involved. I think the doctor is.
hmm.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think
I
he
think
might be
it's pretty much the
experimenting.
doctor.
I think he's experimenting on making ghouls.
Hmm.
And Peter here just happened to be a handy lab rat.
A willing
And
patsy. It's more like it.
Yeah.
yeah, for getting samples and whatnot. I mean, look
Hmm.
what he's done to the baby.
But there's also the business of the missing body parts and stuff like that. That sounds more like what we researched on the golems. So there's something
Yeah,
more that we don't know that's going on here. But
from from a researcher's point of view, a half human, half ghoul hybrid would be an opportunity that would be very hard to pass up when it comes to research. So I think we should actually concentrate on the doctor.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I think the missing limbs and parts are just to feed the ghouls in the basement.
But then why not
He could
take
be
them off?
feet. He wouldn't have to. He could just give them the whole corpse. But if he was experimenting with corpses and ghoul blood, you know that we live for forever
Mhm.
if we make it that far. A very long
Okay,
time.
so we have a doctor possibly searching for immortality. Nothing horrible has ever happened from the search for that.
No,
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 not at all.
Yeah, he's probably puzzling together a Frankenstein monster and pumping ghoul blood through it to reanimate it.
Hmm.
Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely insane. I say we, and I'm more whispering this out of Peter's hearing, we probably need to do with the doctor what we were planning to do with Peter.
Yeah.
We need to change priorities fast. Yeah, okay.
If by insane you mean metal. Um, yeah. Uh, so we're running long again. Um, I kind of thought we were going to wrap it up tonight, but I think that maybe this is a good stopping place.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Okay.
yeah, next session is kidnapping the doctor.
Yeah. Next
Oh,
session,
God, yeah.
the
And then
finale.
probably the finale after hearing the information out of him.
Yeah, because well, it's like everything always takes twice as long as I think it's going to. But
Don't
yeah,
feel bad. I thought the werewolf adventure would take 2 games.
Yeah,
yeah,
that took a while.
Actually, you're
Yeah.
not done yet.
I know.
No, we're
We
not.
still have to see if my
Okay, so let
character
me take a look
can
here.
make it
Okay.
and
Oh,
kill the master
yeah, we
werewolf for the new
do.
moon.
Okay.
But does 2 weeks work for
Okay.
people?
Yeah, hang on one second.
Yep.
Let me go ahead. I'm going to cut off the recording.